Hi, I'm Orlane, and in this video I'll be interviewing Annabelle Campbell. She is the head of exhibitions and collections at the Crafts Council. In this video she will be talking about how design influenced the home of the future. Hope you enjoy the film.
I think good design is quite difficult to define, but I would always refer to Dieter Rams and his kind of 10 points of good design as a benchmark. It's about form and function, but also so aesthetics, about doing what it is intended to do and doing it well. Probably good design is also about innovation. It's about elements of sustainability in its design and production and use as well. There's a really interesting studio in London called OK Studio, which is a whole collective of designers, most of whom went to the Royal College at various stages. And I think what makes them really interesting is that they combine self-initiated projects with consultancy work, with contract design, and work collaboratively across all the different designers. So there's furniture makers and product designers and people who experiment with materials, and so collectively as a studio they produce really exciting work, but then individually they do as well. I think that home is something that is very hugely varied, and that trends are about, in a way, what constitutes home, and then that relates to what perhaps goes into the home. For example, I think people are living in much smaller spaces because it's linked to economy. They can't afford to buy big houses. So there's a whole wave of design around multifunctional pieces and objects. But then there's also the side where I think it's returning to multi-generational living within one space, and parents quite often returning or coming to their children's home, or children not leaving home or returning to the parents' home. And I think that will have an impact on what goes into the home. I think an interesting exhibition that's relevant for current and future designs is one that obviously I'm quite biased about because I was involved with, but was The Power of Making, that was delivered shown at the V&A, that was developed and delivered with the Crafts Council. And that really explored making in its broadest context. And what came out of that was a mass of objects made either kind of in workshops or by individuals on a very on a hobby level or a very refined kind of trained level. And I think that does actually have something to say about kind of design for the future. I think the home of the future could potentially go one of two ways, where there's this idea of almost disposable design and disposable furniture and disposable furnishings, because of the way the prices have come down and things are very accessible. But I think that's also countered by the desire now for kind of legacy objects and inherited objects and things that have a sustainable life.